because the boss is paying the salary, and she need to do the boss gig after the work. Yeah.
So the boss is paying her for a full-time job and giving her gig. Two things.
Yeah, yeah, two things. But the gig is like, yeah, you are my employee. You need to help me to finish the task. That's the corporate digital design.
Mm.
Maybe she can transfer her experience. We'll see. Bring her along. Maybe she has skills that we could need. Yeah. Just
Mm-hmm.
bring her along and we'll speak to her.
The company is Malaysia company.
Yeah, Malaysia company.
Yeah. So moral of the story, don't sell to Malaysia company.
Uh,
That
the
is abuse. That's clearly abuse. It's yeah, maybe if she's good, who knows? She could go to Fiverr or we can do
Like,
some
you don't
work
need
with
to be
her.
good.
We will never know.
You don't need to be good to be a freelancer. You don't need to be good.
yeah.
Oh,
To
what
be
happened to you? Why
successful.
so late?
Was at my family house, rushing back to my apartment. So yeah, that's why.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so
Yeah.
this week Anastasia's not coming, Vincent's not coming. So we will take some questions and we can announce. Actually, we already announced, but it's not during this meeting. We'll announce that we close a big partnership. Okay, it's just we just got the partnership agreement less than 24 hours ago. So I read already, but I don't understand. But it's okay. I tried to reread again. I think I got the important information, and this it's like I think it's a bigger JV deal compared to others. So it's interesting. This is uncharted territory for me.
Yeah. Okay. So what questions do we have today?
I have a question. Like it can be specific to me, but I try to make it as general as possible. So,
Mm.
so last time, like maybe a month ago, the English coach, right,
Mm.
contacted me, and then I told her I'm going to sort of like work with her on a task project, like starting from the end of March,
Mm.
right? So it's coming,
Mm.
and because I mean you guys closed the sort of like a multi-year JV deal, right? And I don't know in this case, like how can should I actually like reject her, or should I actually start a test project with her? And if I want to put it in a more general case, like without a specific context, it would be something like, let's say you promise someone you are going to work with him or her in the next few months, but some things came up during the middle, and what do you react in this case, right? Thanks.
So if it's a high amount, what is the high amount going to be with the English coach? What is the potential we're talking about?
Like the amount of potential, right? I think the potential is in the duration of the relationship, I guess. If I can actually impress her, it will be maybe 1 or 2 years with her, I suppose. But the amount wise,
Okay,
um,
how
yeah.
scalable is her operations? Do you see
Oh, how
her?
scalable?
Do you see her as a somebody who can be an influencer the course will be very in demand? Does she know how to market herself? Is she getting a lot of leads?
Right, right. So, I mean, based on my observation, the course itself is great. It does get people results, and she's actually putting a lot of effort into the course. So, scalability wise, her program is not like evergreen because she opens up a program um, once in a while, but
Mhm,
she has multiple programs to work on, right? So,
mhm.
um, so each program, she has around maybe five, let's say 5 programs, and during different times of the year, she will open like different courses, um, and then the courses itself.
How is she getting her
Uh,
leads now?
okay, how is she getting her leads? So I'd say most of the leads are coming from social media and YouTube. So and then her social media and YouTube isn't small, right? So it's like maybe in the maybe more or less 100K followers or subscribers, and then her YouTube part is like she's getting maybe some of her videos got viral, got few
Who
million
is
views.
managing her social media?
Okay, this one I'm not really sure. Maybe it's her team, but I can see like recently she's posting content on herself, like just stories, Instagram stories, not post. The post itself, yeah, I mean it's not posted for quite some time. Yeah.
If she's not outsourcing her social media, if
Mm.
she's not getting consistent lead flow, low potential. Doesn't matter how
Oh,
good you are.
yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Hmm.
Yeah.
And then like what I noticed, like I just like give you as much information as possible. So right now, her emails is not like sending consistently as well.
Mhm.
It's like maybe when she has a course, then maybe she will send like a few, like before the launch or whatever. But like during this kind of like right now, it's like no launch at all. So it's like
Okay.
empty. So emails is empty, social media,
It's empty.
yeah, is empty as well. But stories sometimes
Yeah.
she will give an update.
Content, not. So
Ah,
like Jay has mentioned, I think this one is not. If you look at the list of who to work with, that is the type of person you work with if you do not have a better deal
Yep.
in place. It's like to fill in, those are like gap fillers, right? If you have a gap in your time, then you can be with them. But if you have an account where you need to produce content or you need to produce stuff where you need to do a lot of things, that I definitely wouldn't recommend.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if their lead gen is bad, if their offer is okay, the offer not very important. I think it's lead gen and how well is she working with others.
Nurturing, yeah.
If she don't have a social media, somebody managing her social media, she's doing it herself, then this tells me that maybe she's not very good working with remote people.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I
And
will
then
be very cautious on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she told me that last time she worked with maybe a team of people and she didn't have a good experience with them. So that's why when I bring up the suggestion of talking to you guys, she said, yeah,
Okay, not
she
interested in her
doesn't. Yeah,
now.
I mean she's not really like open to like talk to
Keen, yeah,
people,
okay.
right? So yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah.
tricky
Never
situation.
mind. We're not interested in her anymore.
Right. Yeah, I mean, she just want to see like do a test project with me specifically, like because I went through her courses, right? So I think that's the main reason. But other than that, the potential wise, like you mentioned, maybe it's not too high.
You want to
Yeah.
find people or clients who, without you, they are going to do well.
Succeed anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you come here and
Mm.
just accelerate. That's the best. This is not it.
So
Oh.
just to make it more graphic, if they were driving at 50 kilometers per hour,
Uh-huh.
by your input, you should move them to 80 kilometers. So you bring in another 30 on top of their 50.
Uh-huh.
But if your client is told, is already standing, then you bring your energy to push them forward, then you have a problem, right? Because your job as a freelancer is not to make losers win, but it's to make winners win more,
Mm.
right? So it's very, very important. So you have to choose your battles very carefully.
Like Max at the starting already shared his story. He say he worked with Adam. Only Adam. He didn't mention the other person. Work with Adam one on one. He one session he gained. Work with them 1 month. Learn more than 1 year. Correct.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
12 times, almost 12 times, right? His learning has exploded. So that's the kind of people you want to work with.
Yeah.
People who would teach you like a whole year's work in a couple of days, a couple of weeks.
Mm. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Max
So
didn't mention Lisa. I don't know why.
hey, hey. Hmm. Wonder why. Right. Right.
All right, okay, go on. So I think that's very clear. You know the direction we're pointing towards. Yeah, definitely.
So don't take on clients that require you to perform a miracle or do very well, then you have results. It's not setting yourself up for success.
Yeah, and then another thing I would want to add is like she's not really like in need of a copywriter. No, like she just wants to test it out when I have the time. So it's like, yeah, I think it's like she can manage it with her own team, because I'm not sure like right now like who's in the team.
I think it's her own team. I sense dishonesty in her communication.
And then
Yeah.
she does have a team of like customer support or like a community manager, because her courses require this. But like copywriters wise or like strategizing wise, I'm not really sure about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so right now it seems like I need to reject her. Is that, I mean, like
Just say
yeah,
you're,
I'm fine.
You're not rejecting her.
just say you're busy.
You're not rejecting her. You're just not making yourself available. Those are two different things.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
concerns me is like because I'm promised her to work with her like maybe in the end of March, which is coming, and then I can't fulfill the promise, right? So yeah, it's it's, I don't know how to solve this problem. Like
Okay.
cannot
Would you
fulfill a
want to
promise.
be in a situation where, like, where what Max has just mentioned, where the content of 1 year, previous 1 year versus content of 3 months? Because life is all about choices. Every day we are making choices, and the result you get at the end of the day is characterized by the quality of choices you make. Now, you need to, and over the years, what I've learned is that you need to consider yourself. Apparently, people of your nature who have a big amount of power do not consider their views or their benefits, quote unquote, and they make decisions to please other people. And that always has the pearl person is the loser at the end of the day. Yeah.
For me,
So don't
I'm
make
really-
decisions to please people, make decisions to benefit you first. That's important. That's very important. It's a hard statement, but over the years, as being a proud myself and having grown over it for very many years, I can confidently tell you, if you're in trouble, she probably won't be there for you. So, since your family and your plan are your priority, it's yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
you're probably, it's best for you to grow yourself. Just like look at the growth Max is experiencing by
Yeah.
working with the right people, by working with the right team. Right now, we are taking on very crazy assignments, and obviously, it's going to take us to the next level. And we would like us to grow the team, and where you'll be exposed to crazy stuff, and that's where the growth is. Right, we are kind of going into unknown territory, but in a good way, right? So that is, and working with people who are already pretty successful business people wanting to grow more from
They'll
6
probably be
figure
successful.
wanting to go to 7 figures.
They'll probably be successful without us anyway.
Exactly, they will be. They're already successful. They're already making 6 figures, right? So our working with them, we are trying to make them 7 figures, right? So that kind of gives you a perspective. And we are working with a company that is already 7 figure, moving towards 8 figure. Yeah. So you are the average of the 5 people you deal with, right? So if the people, the influencers you work with, the team you work with is at your level, you're probably the best in their team, in amidst them, then you have a problem, right? Because then you won't learn. The kind of learning we want is what Max has just demonstrated here, right? That in a short time, your mind just gets blown up, right? That kind of growth, explosive mind, explosive growth is what we have. Because today, and as we speak now, there is so much need for new information and a new articulation of problem solving that if you don't have teams that are current working with you, you will easily be left behind. So it's very, very important now to choose teams because most teams are failing teams.
Yep.
So working with winning teams is something when you get the chance, grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's very clear that what kind of decision I have to make. Yeah, I
Actually,
mean,
why don't we unmute Max and we ask him a few questions?
right.
Yeah, Max. The difference between Adam's team and what you have experienced in the past, what is the difference?
Totally is different. I don't want to say the mean word, but I just can say like working with smart people and working with idiot is totally different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember my first client. Like I do all the things and whatever I request, all the information and resources from them, it takes two days to get response. And that's the very suffocated. It's very tired to deal with this kind of people.
Good. So the answer is very clear.
I mean,
Yes. Any other concerns? Any other maybe some other thing, some other point to learn from, something like that?
yeah, I mean, like it's clear to like which choices I have to make. The only concern is that I will leave a bad impression on her perspective. It's like, oh, I get a better deal than yours, so I'm going to go for a better deal or something like that. So, yeah.
That's life, bitch.
Okay. That is life. Life is unfair. When you go to buy a trouser, a pair of trousers, one is torn and one is not torn. Which one do you buy?
Buy the one that's
You
not
buy
torn.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't go and tell
So-
her that's life. You don't go and tell her what I say, but you know that's.
Yeah, we just want to make you confident in saying no. And by the way, now another perspective just for you, because as you grow and you grow in your freelance career, you need to learn how to say no more times than you say yes, right? Because there are more people who would mislead you than who will lead you right. So which means in choosing your relationships, in choosing your engagements, in choosing your whatever things you're doing, you are in a safer place if you say no more often. And the wise people, and that's why they say wisdom is knowing what to say no to, right? So I would like you to gain that wisdom to be able to say no more often. So you say maybe 9 no's, 1 yes. A person like that is very, very likely to grow faster.
Why do you think successful people tend to say more no's than yes? Can you imagine now I go and ask Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or whoever it is, or maybe even then, like, hey, I want to meet you later. What is the chance of me getting a yes?
Probably zero, close to zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Actually,
Why?
zero.
Does it mean they are bad person?
No.
Why
I mean,
why you have
but
this thought thinking?
Bill Gates maybe don't have the thought of working with you, right? But I sort of had the thought of working with her previously. Like it's she's someone that I look up to and
Was
something
there
like that.
any agreement that you signed that says you have to go and work with her?
No, yeah, but she's someone that I look up to because she has a great course and it really changed something in my confidence or something like that in terms of English speaking. But right now, yeah, I mean, I just have to make a choice. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's suppose we say yes. How much time is it going to take you for the test project?
Everything is unclear now because I don't know what's the
So
test
you didn't
project
even
is
say
going to.
yes to the task, else you already
Yeah,
have an
no.
answer.
Yes, because
Yeah.
one of the things
Okay.
never say yes to something that's not clear. One of the key principles for success is clarity. If you're not sure about something, you can't almost map it. Okay, this is the difference. You can say yes to something that's not clear when you do not know the specifics, but the general principles, this is something that's very likely to take 3 months, but you need to draw the lines in between, right? So there you can say yes when some elements are not sure, but in your case, you have no clue on the test project.
Uh-huh.
So it can take 1 year, it can take 3 months, it may need you to be with her every week, right?
The test project's probably going to be like one month, 2 to 4
1
weeks.
to 3, like I think she mentioned before, like it takes her around 1 to 3 months to see if we're both a fit, right? So and then if we're both a fit, then it's a long-term position or something like that. So
Long-term shitty deal is the worst.
yeah.
Yeah.
Short-term,
Yeah, if she's having problems with other people, she's mentioned that to you, and she may also have problems with you.
Right.
So she may not be a good team leader in terms of that, right? So it's
most people
many
are.
things. I see a lot of red flags. She's almost managing her social media alone. She just told you she didn't. When you commended to her, by the way, I have a couple of people, just they are ready to meet with you. She says, not at the moment, those are red lines you can see. A natural influencer would say, sure, let me meet. Maybe I can learn 1 or 2 things from them. So she probably isn't great with coaching, right? So all those are things point kind of in the wrong direction.
Right.
Yeah.
So in terms of business, maybe it's not the best choice, but in terms of English learning, I learn a lot. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we can
I mean,
learn.
both is separate.
Those
learn
are
from
two
a lot.
different things.
Yeah, two different things. Yes.
Working with a person and being their friend are two different people. I can be your friend, but our relationship is friendship. It's not work. Work is different from friendship. So you need to be able to separate leisure, work, and learning. Those are all different dimensions. So don't mix. Being a good English teacher doesn't make a good employer.
A good teacher doesn't make you a good coach or good leader. Means you're good,
Yes.
good at teaching.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got it.
Good coach, good leaders are very, very, very few in the whole world. It's a very rare thing.
Yeah, I mean, she knows how to teach, but I'm not sure like what's the relationship with coaching. Yeah, so I think
Teaching isn't as hard as coaching. Coaching is very hard, if you ask me.
right.
Coaching is pretty. It needs more stuff. There. Teaching is basically say this, and say this, do this. That. Coaching is not.
Okay.
It's a lot deeper. Yeah, and working with other people is even a lot. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, right. Thanks a lot. It gives me ideas because, and the lesson is that next time I won't be promising anything. I would say like maybe in 3 months we'll talk again, something like that, right? Talking again is much more easier for me to say no in like
I'm
in
not sure
months
if
ahead.
you even promised to work. I mean, I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't have the exact line, but it's something along the lines like we'll talk again, or maybe like I'm free after X, after date, or something like that.
When was
So
when was that time when you mentioned that?
it's like last month, a month ago. So it's the day around the day when I fired like Tryon, the
Okay.
first agency.
So that was a few weeks, and a lot of things can happen in a few weeks, correct? You can get
Uh,
other deals. Other people can want you to jump on. So
yeah, I mean I get that, and it's just that sorry to repeat the problem again, but I know like what choice I'm going to make. It's just that I just want to bring up that like why did I delay the deal versus
you just
taking on
want to please people. That's very obvious to me.
That is the whole point. Yeah, that's like
Okay, right.
people pleasers suffer a lot. Period. Just know that they suffer a lot. They're not rewarded for pleasing others.
Right.
That's the
Mm.
truth, cold truth. Right. So don't go in that direction.
And people pleasers tend to be operating at a lower self. You're not operating at a higher self.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
Because it kind of means you are not sure about yourself. You're thinking, if I lose this opportunity, will I get another one? So don't do. It's nice. It's being nice to people does not mean you please people, right? Those are two different things.
like actually we can ask Max. There was one deal. The client he actually worked with for 2 months. Then he actually don't continue that. Maybe you can
Oh,
hear about that.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
right. The
Yeah.
SaaS
Max,
company,
share
right?
that experience. Yeah, please share.
Yeah, please.
Sorry, I don't get is which one, which client really?
Is it the SaaS company where the company like a lot like the offer is kind of shitty or
I'm not sure. Jay, are you mentioning the client is work with Anastasia? I bring it Anastasia or another one?
There was one deal where you're working you were doing something with them, then we talk about something you want to do on a larger scale. So in the process of negotiation, then actually you cancel that after that.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
there's my US client. She is a travel coach.
Oh.
So actually, after I joined 7 Plus and I see the potential, yeah, all the things I can do, and then I propose her. And after that, I see advice from Joel and Jay talks about how to make this project work. And then the client is not ready. The client is not ready. And then I tell her that my coach, my mentor is saying that your business is not ready. And then I just call it off. I just tell us, yeah,
No
because
problem.
I
You
don't
can
want
use
to,
our name. Yeah, you can use our name.
yeah.
Yeah, you say my
And
mentor. I discussed this offer with my mentor, and he says based on my current situation, this won't be a good thing. So that is called escape. Escape way.
Transfer
It's
of
easy.
responsibility.
yeah, it's kind of when I approach her, I don't say you are not ready. I'm saying my skill set is not ready to help you. If I help you to do this, I would drag your business down. And then she realized, oh, okay, that's right. Okay, stop it. Just don't do it. So I make it myself, not herself. Yeah.
That's a very clever way.
That's
Because the end means that it's very clever. So you don't need to procrastinate and then bend backwards 3 times. You don't need, just get a cut like what Max did and get done with it. Let's get busy on projects that are going to build you, not derail you. Because every minute you are going to be engaged in projects that don't serve you, you are going to regret the time wasted in the future. And now you have an opportunity to have mentors like us very early. We wasted a lot of our time actually because we did not have mentors, right? We wasted a lot, tons and tons of time. And you remember, time is money and money is life, right? Time is money, money is life, all the other way. They're all correct, right? So don't waste your time meaninglessly. Serving people who are losers.
So Max, what was your thought process to be able to make that decision so fast?
The first process is like you need to make sure I make sure my goals. I know my goals for this year. If let's say I help her, I can predict for the next 6 months. I put a lot of hard work and I can guarantee I didn't get any result for her. Yeah, just like that. So yeah, the vision and the goals make my decision making faster.
Yep. Actually, we should cut this clip and send to my Max Pro.
Yeah. Cut this clip and send it. I agree with you that this little thing, Max, you've mentioned, without a vision, without mission, you are just wasting time because you say yes to things that will take you off track. and no to things that potentially could be the solutions to what they're actually requiring to grow, right? So it's important to be
Okay.
clear. So clarity is key. Yeah.
Okay. Timestamp 9:39 p.m. So later I know what time to cut. Just remind me. 9:39. I don't need to watch
Okay,
the whole
good.
thing.
Okay, good. So Max, maybe we pivot to you. Any points of learning that you'd like to share?
Yeah. Regarding this client, after I call off this project, she still come back and message me. She said, "Do you really don't want to help me on this?" I say no. It's not your problem. It's my problem. My skill set and my experience couldn't help you right now. But I give her another alternative. I say, okay, I can help you on social media and email. But you need to promise me that I bring in Anastasia, and then I raise the price, and then I pass the gig to Anastasia, and then I just receive a very minimum, like a consultant advice, consultation fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So where the client can potentially bring results, and you believe that at every stage, because if somebody gave me an offer right now to do some things, I won't do because I've kind of passed that stage, right? Once the train goes, it doesn't go back, right? So in life, you should be able to track your progress. There's some job to do which is good at a particular point in your career. When you surpass that career, you should say no to yourself. But if there is somebody you can work with within the pipeline, in this case of Max, you see, Anastasia is behind, right? In terms of that, if you take the career. So what Max science says no, Anastasia can still meaningfully say yes, right? So and then after some time, Anastasia would find those kind of opportunities are not the best suited for her, and then would go to another person and things like that. So in your case, if there is another person, just thinking of what Max did, if there's somebody else, you know, who could potentially do that, you could say, okay, in my case, I'm not able to because of 1, 2 reasons, but I would be glad to pass somebody X to you, if it's okay with you, right? So in that case, you exit while offering her value, but the final decision is in her hands, right? Whether she takes this new person or not. In which case, you can still have a relationship with this person where you pass off and get a management fee, which will take much less your time, or totally you say, okay, this is my gift for you. I don't want to hear anything as long as you're working well with that person. So those are two possibilities. So the final decision which route you're taking, you will do that, but think through both of those possibilities as well. Actually, 3, say no completely. 2, bring somebody and introduce to her completely. Or then 3rd, you introduce another person, but you co-share with this person where you have a management fee of maybe 10 to 20%. Then the person takes 80% of the deal. So those would be the 3 options.
And actually, if I remember the English coach said something like, she only want people who took her course, something like that. Okay, if that's the case, if she's really serious to work with people who are good, people who are good are actually harder to find than people who actually took a course. Because people who are good, you can just pass them the course, let them experience it themselves. And I'll even argue people who are actually good, they don't need to experience the full course. They can probably do a good enough job to write the emails or do the landing page or do the copywriting if they're that good. So it might not be so, because if they are good, probably they're also written for other courses that they didn't take. So she's just projecting her own limitations.
Yeah. And insecurities.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you worked with a native copywriter before, who doesn't really understand the process of language learning. So
That's double
yeah,
no fit. Maybe not good in copywriting, and also
yeah,
didn't
that's
experience
right.
the cost. So that's double no. I would say a copywriter which is good probably don't need to experience the product themselves. Like I'm not sure if Max actually experienced BJKU or did Adam or Lisa go through BJKU themselves. Probably no,
No.
right, Max?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point
They
to
definitely
They
not
just
start from scratch. No.
yeah, yeah. So again, you see all this, those are signs that she's probably not ready. Definitely, she's not even close to the person Max is talking about. Like the Max person's probably slightly ahead of her. So this is one of the things as freelancers, we need to be able to cut through the noise, cut through the smoke and mirrors and see, is this person really, really serious? Right? Because many people on the internet show up to be somebody when they really are not.
not saying that
Right?
the person is not, but maybe not there yet, but you perceive them as they are someone there. We're just saying
There.
maybe not.
Yeah.
You know. And actually, this is related to freelancing. One of the very important business skill is to read people. So you will need to read two things when you're when you're prospecting, when you're choosing your clients. Number one, the person. Number two, the business potential. Where is it at, and what is the potential? Okay, so reading the person is very important because you can't do a good deal with a bad partner. Okay, the person has to be like, this person is going to make it. Let's just speed up the whole process. Number two is the business. Now, the business is how big is the market? How well are the systems already in place? Are there are there even systems in place? If the answer is no, okay, can I get somebody to put the system in place? Is this the operation model very similar? Like we just have a conversation this afternoon with somebody who is going to do the system. So our project currently, I believe, is there's no system in place, but the business model it's similar enough. With other influencers, we can just like, hey, previously we work at this influencer or this closing company, we can just plug and play the system over here. Plug and play 80-90%. So if that's a situation, it's still okay. But if it's like not there, then very hard. So you need to know how to evaluate people and business potential. Very important is the person, the Surrounded by Idiots, the book, the 4 colors. That to me is bare minimum. You need to be able to have an idea which are you talking with, which person are you talking with. If you can read people very well, then you go for the 16 personalities where you're like, yeah, actually based on the language, is this introvert, extrovert? Is this sensory or intuitive people? Is this a thinking or feeling? Is this a judging or perceptive? So this afternoon I strike lottery. I like, wait, I think I know what personality you are. Then it's accurate. Accurate. If I were to guess, the chance is 1 out of 16. Okay, so
That's a pretty good. 1 out of 16 is not bad. Yeah. Good.
okay. So I guess yep. Other
I
questions?
think we are good. Yeah.
I still remember last week. Yeah, give me
Yeah, the
some,
goals.
give us the
Assignments.
goals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
goals.
Yeah, we can.
So it's
share
now
it.
time for goals. Yes.
yeah. Maybe I can just share
Hmm.
my screen.
Screen.
Uh, wait a second.
Homework. I like that word.
Homework. Yeah. And
Yeah.
okay, right now very struggle in relationship, but I don't think I have any kind of relationship goal here. So yeah, the first one is my family. I really want to buy my mother a new handphone, the new mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So before on her birthday,
Mm.
it's roughly about $650.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I
And
like
then
this.
this is my finance. I want to save an emergency fund, which means like if let's say something happens on me, I need to have about 6 months. I think 6 months my basic expenses.
Yeah.
And then I want to pay off my car loan. before August and my student loan before April.
I like how specific Max is.
This is fantastic. Max, if you give us permission, we'll cut off something like this without your name. So we'll share your work with another client, just to as an example, right? Without mentioning your name.
Sure, of course.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then another thing is about spiritual. I don't really understand about spiritual things, so
Doesn't
I
matter.
slash yes, I
Doesn't matter.
slash skills. So I will put in, yeah, once I start having a very comfortable income, I need to start to manage my money and my finance and how to invest. Maybe just like a co-curricular, like very another side knowledge, not really into my personal skill. So I just learn and give myself a budget for this year. It's about 2K to learn all the things.
Okay.
Learning, what do you mean by learning here? Just want to
Just understand how it works.
investment.
Yeah, investment
Okay.
and the finance and the
Here,
money management.
I'll just copy and paste from that log. If you're not making 250,000 a year, all your investment 100% should go into skill development,
It's-
because that's the
So-
one which brings you the highest return on investment. I'm not joking.
Not business.
Yeah, I
It
see.
is, yeah.
Not business,
You
not
have to
investment
develop
vehicle.
skills.
Skill.
Mm.
Your all your 100% of your investment should go back to skill development if you're earning less than 250.
Okay.
Closing skill, leadership skill, communication skill, I don't care. Or your high income
Okay.
skill. Yeah.
So I will just give myself a 2K budget for this year
Yeah.
and to buy any courses. And the yellow color things is like I already achieved for health. I take some supplements, so like basically it's 100 per month. It's not very expensive, so I think it's achieved. Yeah, that's my sharing.
I like
That's pretty good.
I like how specific it is. It's 1st August, 1st July. You know, it's very specific and it's very nice. It's just the investment part you don't know what to buy, and that's okay, because these are the things we learn because we study from we learn from that lot. The first time I heard this, it's in Advanced Wealth Triangle. The second time I heard it is in HTC, or was it Smart Challenge? I forgot. I can't remember if he mentioned it in Smart Challenge, but HTC he did mention specifically the first class. So it's like, if you're not making 250,000 a year, why you want to allocate 100% into skill development? It's because skill is the thing that help you to generate income. So the more skill you have, the more income you can generate. So until you reach that amount, let's say currently somebody is making less than 10K a month, easy number. Let's say you're making 5,000 a month. If you save 50%, you're saving 2,500. Not a very big amount, but if you do your skill development, you improve your closing rate, or you improve your whatever. I mean, most of
Your
the time,
copywriting and all that,
Yeah.
yeah. Whatever it is.
the closing rate, instead of making 10K, now you can charge 15K. Now you can charge 20K. Now, if you save half of that, that's a bigger amount. So until is that, you can't really invest a lot. And for Malaysia, I think the day I checked, accredited investor in Malaysia is 350,000 ringgit. US is 250,000 US dollar. Accredited investor, that is where you stop buying retail investment. So that, I think I'll follow that plan. But I mean, that's me. But I think this advice applies to everybody. Just don't forget about buying real estate or property or Bitcoin or whatever. Donkey coin or whatever.
Okay, good. All right, that's wonderful. That's good. So as time goes on, your goals can go, but I like to have you have a family goal, taking care of your mother's needs. You have your finance goal. At least if you have 3 goals running, most people have 0 goals, right? So if you have at least 3, you are in a good spot. So once you fulfill some goals, then you can take on some other areas that need growth in your life. Okay, good. So I think we can go around and conclude because we have a meeting at the top of the hour.
Yeah, we have a meeting to meet
Hmm.
another. So okay, I'll see everybody. We will inform everybody the next meeting. I think it's going to be Monday or Tuesday because we're going to have a meeting with the partners on Sunday. So
Mhm.
just be prepared Monday or Tuesday, probably at night 8 or 9 p.m. something like that.
Yeah,
Okay, guys, see you.
good.
And thank you
Beautiful.
very much.
Thanks a lot.